everyone, it's James.
And Stephanie.
Now, we've been driving for about 2 hours now.
Yeah, and we have a rule that for every 2 hours we've been driving, we like to stop and exercise for 15 minutes.
Stephanie has a rule, and I just kind of go along with it.
And if you know what's good for you, you'll keep going along with it.
Yeah. Anyway, we thought we'd use this opportunity to show you some of what we do during these rest stop recharges.
Yeah.
Now, we've got this giant, bizarre cement tree here in the background. You don't have to have a giant, bizarre cement tree to do these. You could really stop anywhere.
Yeah, like in Minnesota where they have that largest ball of twine, or in Ames, Iowa where they have that giant cement gnome, or remember that teepee we saw in Canada in Medicine Hat?
Yeah, I don't even know how to respond to that. So.
Well, respond by exercising with me. You ready to get moving?
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go. All right, here we go. We're off to the RV, and looks like I am starting with, some push-ups, and you're doing some step-ups.
I'm doing step-ups, yeah, but I'm disturbed.
What? Why?
Look at my legs. They're so
great.
white.
They look white?
They're pale. Well, I need a tan.
It's spring. You look fine. Anyway, so on James's step-ups, you want to make sure you're really safe if you're doing some step-ups into your RV. And we're just switching places here. Yeah. So I'm doing the step-ups now.
Yeah, so be sure you'll grab a hold of something when if you're doing a step-up onto your RV.
Yeah, your foot should be flat, your weight's on your heel, and make sure your knee isn't coming up over your toe on those step-ups.
And the push-ups, I could have done the push-ups on the ground, but
Ooh.
Yeah, we're at a rest area, so
yeah. And this way you're getting a nice stretch through your shoulders. Look at that stretch. That's good. You've been driving a long time. You need those stretches. So, all right. Now, moving on.
Closing the door.
Yep.
And the sun on my calves is just blinding me. Why didn't you notice this when we were filming?
Okay, now focus. All right, I am in a plank, so my elbows are on the RV in a plank, and then I'm just doing a hip extension. That's called a hip extension, when you lift your leg up behind you. That is such a great stretch after sitting for so long.
And what I'm doing mostly there, it's a stretch. I don't look very graceful doing it, but I really appreciate it. What? I really appreciated after, sitting hunched over driving for a while, to then stretch out in the opposite of that position actually feels pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing James was. It feels really good through your shoulders to just reach up and let the RV stretch through your shoulders. And notice I'm just lunging forward with the same leg. It's easier than it might look. It's just a forward lunge.
Yeah, and that's a big part of these is the stretching is, as opposed to, we're obviously not going to be pumping iron here on the side of the road, right? It's about keeping your body moving a little bit on these long days of driving that we do.
Yeah. All right, so we're moving on. Some partner stuff. This is fun.
This will get you funny looks at the rest stop.
And actually, did you see that guy who was watching us at this point?
Yeah. So, what do you call this?
Just a twisting pass.
Twisting pass? Yeah, well, it's... Oh, it gets better, yeah.
All right, now you probably want to make sure you're with a partner on this one, and you can see why. We get that little booty bump there.
Yeah.
So, but again, look at the stretch. So when you're sitting, your hips are all hunched over, your hip flexors. And now look at how we're stretching out our hips.
And again, look at my pale calves.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay,
I call this the Mambo pass, because we're doing a Mambo step. One foot stays glued. So right now my right foot is glued, but my left foot is stepping forward into a lunge and then back into a lunge.
And when we were doing this, I didn't really consider this like exercise.
Yeah, but look, it is.
Yeah, but I look at it more as just like fun time to do something that's not driving for 10 hours.
Yeah, and just clearing your brain from the brain fog of sitting for so long.
Yay.
Well, here we go. These are the granny tosses. I should call these the mugga tosses.
Oh, no.
Because my grandbabies call me mugga. But again, throwing my arms up so we get a good stretch.
Stretching your body out. Yeah. I will say this actually did feel pretty good, but at some point I just realized I was done with it. And there we go.
And the 15-year-old James comes out.
And that's pretty much going to do it for the rest stop recharge.
And we're back on the road.
Hope you found it useful. Bye.
Bye.
We could totally do this. You ready? Go.
Okay.